Yes, people, how you doing? Welcome back to Shameless Football with me, Sean Butler, and Henry Wright from Henry Wright TV. How you doing, Henry?
I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. Champions League back, and I'm excited to get into the predictions.
100%. That's what we're here to do. Just before we get going, though, guys, make sure you smash the like button like you always have to do to help the channel out. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and drop some comments if you vehemently disagree with any of our shameless predictions today. Because there's so many to go through and so little time to do it, we're going to skip through as quick as we can some of the kind of lesser interesting fixtures and maybe talk a little bit more about some of the ones that grab our attention. One of the ones we absolutely have to talk about straight from the get-go, my man, is Milan against Newcastle. I'll let you go first on this one.
Yeah, it's, Tonali's only been there, 2 months, and he's already returning to Milan. I think this is going to be the hardest game to predict out of the lot because Newcastle started poorly and Milan lost 3-0. No, they lost the derby, didn't they?
Yeah.
Or did they win the derby? Whatever it is. I'm going to go a 1-1 draw.
And who's your goal scorer going to be?
I was going to go Tonali then. I'm going to go Isak.
Isak for Newcastle. I've got no idea if this man is fully fit, but I'm going to go for Oliver Giroud. I think he started the season really well. Pretty sure that he's got 4 goals and 2 assists in 4 games for Milan. So
yeah. They lost 5-1 to Inter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I think a draw is probably a safe bet there.
I think it'd be a scoring game though, because I think Newcastle can't keep anything out this season, unlike last year. And but I do think they've got enough talent in them to get some output as well going forward. Young Boys versus Leipzig. I don't know if you particularly want to talk too much about this one.
I'm going to go straight for my score prediction. I am going to go 2-0 Leipzig.
2-0 Leipzig. And who is your
scorer? Is going to be Olmo, the Spanish midfielder.
What's his name? Oh, Danny Olmo.
Yeah, I'm going to go him.
Yep, 100%. I'm also going to go Danny Olmo. I've gone for 0-3 to Leipzig. Although Young Boys
in the league, they've started well, 3 games.
Young Boys look like, from what I've read up about them, they look like they're slightly more interesting team now. They've got like a 35-year-old manager, I think Lustenhagen or something like that. I forget his name, but he looks like they've got them playing. But I just think Leipzig will be too strong on the night. PSG versus Dortmund. For me, pretty easy result. I think that whilst Dortmund do look like a good team, I think at home they'll be dangerous, but away from home, I think PSG will have too much. It's only one person for me. I think the score, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory.
Oh, I was going to do that. I'm going to go 2-1 Mbappe.
You can go the same if you want. It's okay.
No, we can't. Shamelessly, I'm never choosing the same score as you.
Fair enough. 2-1.
I think that's a safe bet.
Safe bet. This is Shakhtar Porto. I've got absolutely no idea what's going on. Is Shakhtar still playing in Poland? I'd imagine. Porto, I don't think have started the season very well. I'm going to go for Taremi because he's the only player that I can really think of that's a punchy goal scorer for Porto. But not knowing, I don't know what's happening with Shakhtar, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 and hope that that's reasonable.
I'm going to go same goal scorer, but I'm going to go 2-1 Porto.
2-1 Porto. Okay. Interesting. I'll let you go, Man City, mate. We can talk about this one because obviously it affects the UK fans. So
I'm going to go 5-0 City.
Wow.
And I'm going to go Haaland. Obviously, Man City, the defending champions, should blow this lot away. I mean, didn't Tottenham play them? Is that the team that didn't have a manager? It is, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
We won 4-0 in their backyard when they didn't have a manager. I'm going to go 5-0 Haaland. I think City will blow this lot away.
Yeah, I was walking the park for me. Not a hell of a lot. I mean, it'd be interesting to see if Haaland even needs to start. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe. Who have Man City got on the weekend?
Nottingham Forest Saturday.
Okay. So fairly breezy week for them then. Look, it's going to be. I think it's going to be a walk in the park. I don't see any upsets happening here. They
haven't lost at home, have they, in 16 Champions League games?
Yeah, no shocks coming up this week either. Lazio versus Atletico Madrid. This one I think will
Easy for
be
me.
a really interesting game.
This is easy for me. Lazio 0, Atletico 1. An absolute stink fest. Diego Simeone is going to turn up in Rome, turn up at the Lazio Stadium, and absolutely stink out 1-0. And I'm going to go João. No, it's not João Felix there anymore. I'm going to go Griezmann 1-0.
Griezmann. I don't even know how you spell his name. Griezmann, is that it? Something like that.
Yeah,
And you're going for 0-1. I'm going the other way around. I'm going 1-0, and I'm going to say it's Luis Alberto for Lazio who's going to pop up and pick the winner. I think it will be an absolute stink fest.
Oh, it's going to be an awful game. It's going to be two teams that don't want to attack, and both teams will take a point.
Yeah, 100%. But I think it's going to be a 1-0 goes either way. This could be the shameless prediction that defines who gets the points this week, Nate. Barcelona against FC Antwerp. I think it's FC Antwerp. I think that's their full name. I'll let you go, mate. Go on. What's your take on this one?
That Alderweireld plays for, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Barcelona 3-0. João Felix goal scorer.
Felix 3-0. 309. 3.
I think Barcelona should win that comfortably.
I'm going to go Lewandowski.
It's pretty a safe bet, yeah.
And I'm going to take the points because he's going to score a hat-trick. So I'm going to go 4-0. And I'm going to separate. This is where the men and the boys get separated. These sorts of predictions right here, mate. Feyenoord against Celtic, another interesting game. We've spent a lot of time talking about Feyenoord during the summer. The manager might have been coming to Tottenham.
It is actually shamelessly going to be the game of the week because both of these teams will score. I'm going to go. This is how shameless I am, right? Feyenoord 4, Celtic 3.
Feyenoord 4. Wowzers. That's an absolute monster.
Who's your that comes in, that is a serious scoreline. And goal scorer, I'm going to go the Japanese striker for Celtic. I can't remember what his name is.
Ryogo Furuhashi.
Yeah.
Did a video that included him earlier on today for Spurs Talk Show, but it looks like Tottenham might be, even though he signed a new contract in the summer, Tottenham might be going back. I am going to go for 3-1 to Feyenoord, and I'm going for Santiago Jimenez. That's not how you spell Jimenez. There's nothing like how you spell Jimenez. Here you go. Jimenez as my goal scorer. I think Feyenoord would just be too good. And Celtic, good-looking team, but I don't know. If they couldn't do it under Ange Postecoglou away in Europe, I don't know if they're going to do it under Brendan Rodgers. Real Madrid versus Union Berlin. Any thoughts on this one, mate? Could be an interesting game. Union Berlin are a better team than people give credit for, aren't they? So,
yeah, Real Madrid haven't played magnificent in any of their games, but they've won them all, 2-1 or 1-0. Goal scorer for me, I'm going to go Jude Bellingham, and I'm going to go 2-1 Real Madrid.
Bellingham, that's you. Sorry. Bellingham.
2-1 Madrid. 2-1. I think that's a safe scoreline.
Yeah. I think I will also go for Jude Bellingham. And I think it's going to be. Oh, what do I think? I think Bellingham could score. Actually, no, I don't have to
predict, isn't it?
Berlin are a really good team, mate. They've got a really good midfield. Tough to break down. I like watching Union Berlin play in the highlights on the weekend. But I think Madrid away or at Madrid is just probably too strong. I think that's the first game of the. Oh no, sorry, Barcelona Antwerp. These games now are being played tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Galatasaray versus Copenhagen. Chance to see Davinson Sanchez. Chance to see Tanguy and Ndombele.
Oh, the absolute Rolls Royce of a centre half. I'm going to go 3-0 Galatasaray, and the goal scorer, I'm going to go Icardi.
Icardi, nice. I'm actually going to go and trust in Ndombele, and I think he's going to pop up with something here.
Is that your shameless predictions?
I'm going to go for a 2-0. That's not how you do it. 2-0 to Galatasaray. I don't really know too much about Copenhagen, if I'm honest, so I'm just assuming that they're going to struggle. But big one, mate. This is the one we've got to spend a bit of time talking about. Manchester United have got to travel to Bayern Munich. How dare I be so disgracefully rude to not type in their full name. I think this is obviously for me
The biggest game, isn't it?
it's the biggest game of the week, and I think Man United are going to get their tushies handed to them on a plate. I think that they're going to really struggle, in a fired up arena. I think that Harry Kane's going to have a field day. I'll let you explain why, because I'm sure you're going to say the same thing. But I'm going to say Harry Kane to score, and I'm going to say 3-0 to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, I think to be honest, mate, I was going to go. I'm also going to go Kane. I was going to go 3-0, but I am going to go 2-0. I think this will be a comfortable performance for Bayern Munich. We've scored a lot of goals, but actually, you know what? I'm going to go 3-1. I'm going to change that because they're struggling. They're conceding quite a few goals. They conceded 2 to Leverkusen. They conceded to Werder Bremen, didn't they? As well. Look, Man United at the moment are conceding goals left, right, and centre, and they're probably one of the worst attacking teams in the Premier League to watch at the moment. They're just trying to force the goal, give it to Rashford. I think Bayern Munich will dominate the midfield with the likes of Goretzka, Kimmich. They're too solid at the back with Upamecano and Kim Min-jae. And I think Harry Kane could score a hat-trick tomorrow.
He's going to be so fired up for it. He'll be desperate to get on the score sheet against Manchester United. I completely agree with your sentiments about the back. Bayern Munich at the back. I know they maybe haven't settled yet and they are conceding goals, but when that back two of Kim Min-jae and Upamecano get completely settled, I think they're still using Mazraoui on the right back. I think they're still using Mazraoui on the right back.
They've got Davies.
And Alphonso Davies on the left. What's that? Sorry,
Pavard, who was playing right back.
Yeah, Pavard.
He's now joined Inter Milan.
That's right. But Alphonso Davies on the left. I think they're just a very exciting team, and I don't think they've got enough to win it, but I think they're probably second favourites, in my opinion. Do you think Bayern Munich second favourites in your mind for the
third? It's Man City, Madrid, and then Bayern.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't not have Madrid in there after winning it 14 times.
Well, yeah, and to me, that's the whole thing. This is going to be the thing that determines whether Harry Kane was right to go to. I mean, from a Bayern Munich perspective, I'm sure he'll think it's right because he'll go and lift a couple of trophies. But those trophies would have been lifted anyway without him in Germany. So it's all about what they do in the Champions League over the next 3 years, and a lot of pressure with Manchester City being as almost perfect as they are. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, game of the week: 3-0 and 3-1. Harry Kane is going to be the victor in terms of the goals, according to both of us. Benfica versus Salzburg, another interesting game. Two really good teams to watch.
Yeah, this will be a very open attacking game, end to end. I'm going to go Benfica 2-1, and my goal scorer is going to be Gonçalo Ramos.
Nice. I am going to do a little something different here. I'm going to go for. Sorry, write it in for you. Sorry. Ramos and who was the score? 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1.
I'm going to go.
Tough game, that.
I think it's going to be a brilliant game. I'm going to go 2-2. A bit risky because I'm risking the point here because I think Benfica are the favourites. But I'm actually going to go for Angel Di Maria to score. He's got 4 or 5 goals. 4 or 5 goals already this season. I mean, unbelievable. But I'm looking forward to watching that on the highlights tomorrow night. Braga versus Napoli. I don't know too much about Braga, to be entirely honest, mate. So I'll let you go first on this one.
It's going to be a tough game. I expect Braga to get most of their points for the Champions League at home, if they do get points. But I'm going to go Braga 0, Napoli 2, and I'm going to go Osimhen to be my goal scorer. That's going to be a tough game for Napoli because Braga are going to be up for that. In terms of their group, in terms of who have that actual group, who have they got in? So they've got. Hang on 1 second. Okay, they've got quite a tough group actually. Braga. I don't expect them to get out of it. They've got Madrid, Union Berlin, and Napoli. It'll probably be Napoli and Madrid to get out of that. Yeah, 2-0 for me is a safe scoreline for Napoli.
Yeah, like I say, I'm not familiar with how Braga have done. I haven't really watched too much of the Portuguese league this season, or at least Braga.
They're 8th in the league.
Are they? Yeah, that's probably why I haven't stumbled across them on my highlight searches. So I'm gonna shamelessly represent the same viewpoint as you, but just have to pick a different team. And I'm going to go 1-2.
And the same goal scorer.
Yeah. I mean, that's obvious. It's going to be Osherman. I don't know if I'm spelling that correctly. Arsenal versus Eindhoven, mate, the penultimate game of the week, big one. I think this game is going to be fascinating. I think, look, for me, Eindhoven have got a brilliant. I think they've got a fantastic team. I think they were unlucky last year to not get past. Was it Rangers? I think beat them in the qualifiers to dump them into the Europa League, and then I think they lost to the eventual winners Seville in the playoff round.
Yeah.
But to me, I look through their team and I look at that Bakayoko, who was going to leave on deadline day, I think, to go to Forest, and it didn't quite happen. They got Serginho Dest at left back, Luke De Jong, Teze at right back or left back. I think Teze's the left back, and Serginho Dest, I think, is right back. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as easy as Arsenal fans are probably suggesting it will be. I'm going to get clipped on this shamelessly, but I actually think I'm going to go for a 1-1, and I'm going to go for Odegaard to score.
I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. They have to win. They have to. They haven't started a lot of their games well. They've conceded a lot of early goals, and they're currently, I think, 18 games at home without a clean sheet, which is worrying. But I think Arsenal being at home, the crowd, if they do start bad, they'll be on them.
Do you know Eindhoven? I think Eindhoven are 26 games undefeated as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, it wouldn't surprise me. They've got a lot of technically good players as well. They'll be comfortable in possession. I just think Arsenal will have a little bit too much for them. Goal scorer, I'm going to go to a player that hasn't started this season well. I'm going to go Bukayo Saka.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Seville, Lens. Both of these teams have started awful. I think Lens are bottom of the league. And Sevilla...
two more games, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, Sevilla have only won one game this season, and Lens are bottom of the league.
Yeah.
I think for me, 1-0 Sevilla, I'm going to go.
Stinkfest.
Yeah, an absolute, wanting to pull your eyes out sort of game.
All right, who's your goal scorer? I'm going for no scorer. But just a reminder on the rules, if the score is 0-0 and obviously there's no goal scorer, then you get 3 points you get 2 points. You get an additional point for the fact that you said no scorer. You were brave and shameless. I think it's going to be a stinkfest. You've gone for 1-0 to Seville, have you?
Yeah, I'm going to go Campos. Campos. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go.
And the last one of the fixtures is Real Sociedad versus Inter Milan. I personally think this is an interesting game to predict. Really tough game to predict. I think that Kubo's going to score a goal, but whether I actually think no, you know what? I'm not going to be stupid here. Lautaro Martinez has scored. I think he scored like 6 goals and 2 assists already this season in like 4 games.
Plus, they're going to be, sky high after beating AC 5-1.
Yeah, but I do think that Kubo fella from Sociedad could score. I'm going to go 2-1 to Inter, but I think it'd be a good game to watch. Looking forward to the highlights on that one. What about you, my man?
I'm going to go an absolute stinkfest. 1-0 Inter, Martinez. It's going to be absolutely disgusting. 35% of the ball, counter-attacking, and Martinez will score.
All right. And I don't know how the LMS is going to work. We can still do the same rules on LMS. Pick a team to not lose.
Same rules, but you can't pick an English team.
Can't pick an English team. Okay. Pick a team not to lose. I'm going to go.
Not to lose.
Yeah.
It'd be easy to say Madrid, so I'm not going to say them. What's a shameless, disgusting one that makes you want to... I'm going to go with Inter not to lose.
You're going to go with Inter not to lose. All right. I am going to go with...
Actually, sorry, I'm changing that. I'm going Benfica. I'm starting it safe, even though that's going to be a tough game. I'm going Benfica.
Okay. I'm going to go easy peasy on the first one, but obviously you can't use this team again. So I'm going to go for Barcelona. That's what I want to get through round one. And you're going for
I'm thinking, is Benfica going to be...
It's a risky one to take, mate. It's a risky one to take on round one. You know, they've got a long way to go. A long way to go. And the forfeit for losing in the last man standing.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to do Madrid. I'm doing Madrid.
Okay.
If you're going shamelessly easy, I'm going shamelessly easy.
All right. There we are. We'll be back on Thursday for the Champions League roundup. And we haven't spoken. I haven't spoken to Henry about this yet, but I don't know if we're going to do predictions for the Europa League and all that stuff as well.
Oh, absolutely.
We are. We've shameless all the way. Okay, Conference League stinkfest. So I have to go and do some research. Who's winning the Champions League? Manchester City.
I am going to go for, because I'm not going to choose the same team as you. I am going to go for Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich. Harry Kane.
I want to say Madrid, but it's too easy, so I'm going to go shamelessly Harry Kane FC.
Just can't get him out of your head. All right, that's it. We got it done in 21 minutes, and that's not bad going for 16 fixtures. So, I hope that set of timekeeping is appropriate, because yesterday's one was about 50 minutes long, and it was probably a little bit too long. But anyway, guys, like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you on Thursday for the roundup show. And as always, up the shameless.
Up the shameless.